I'm going to talk a whole lot about some of the things that we've already been over. You know what I mean? I always have my little phrase that I like to read. I find these things. And again, I have to say that I get quite a few of them from Keystone's alumni's page. This one is so inspirational and so much of the truth, for us who, hey, Mark, love you, sis. For the ones of us who are clean, who should be tearing my phone up, you know what I mean? Tearing my page, my message, and stuff up to say, you know what, I want to come on too. Even if it's video call, I want to come on too, and I want to help still save lives like my life was helped, to get saved. And I'm doing great by staying clean. And this will speak for that. It says, the person who openly share their path to recovery offers hope. Y'all, here we go with the glasses again. The person who openly shares their path to recovery offers hope to those still imprisoned by addiction. Okay, the person who speaks about their healing journey introduces the possibilities that life doesn't have to be dictated or by our trauma. Then it says, lives are changed when we heal out loud. Lives are changed when we heal out loud. Hey, look, I love healing out loud because guess what? I'm living in my truth. You know what I mean? I'm okay today. God has allowed me to do what I'm doing. And I've made my promise to him that I will do what I'm doing, and again, that works for me, and what works for me may not work for you, but we still got a lot of sick and suffering out there that needs to hear us out loud and needs to know that, it's just not, they're just not alone. We need to explain, hey, Key, we need to explain, our stories, share our stories and what we've been through, through our addictions, to let them know that our stories is going to sound just about the same because all the stories are similar, the same, so because disease doesn't discriminate. It don't have no favorite people. You know what I mean? Disease is disease. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful. And it works through people, places, and things. The only favorites it got is the ones that still choosing to use. The only favorites it got is the ones that don't want to help the next suffering addict. You know what I'm saying? Who don't really want to get clean. But the battle to get clean is so vicious. You know what I mean? I mean, vicious that we have to really dig deep to change our thinking so that we can help people. And not only people, but ourselves. Because see, if we don't change our thinking, we losing the ground of how to stay clean. You know what I mean? We just can't stop using drugs, y'all. You know what I mean? And think that, the job is done. No, this is a lifetime. This is gonna live with you happily ever after. This is a forever disease. It does not go away. Why? Because it's you. You know what I mean? It is you. It's the subconscious mind that gets poisoned. You know what I mean? And the poison gets inside of us and it separates our thinking from our emotions. And we work with no emotions whatsoever. That's part of the beast that people see in us because we don't have the connection from thinking and feeling. So disease only allows us to think what it wants us to think and feel what it wants us to feel. You know what I mean? So this is why this is a learning process with this sickness forever. You know what I mean? It's no getting big head. It's no getting like you the wisest person in the world about it. Because guess what? It's never ever an end to learning about this sickness because it never seems to amaze you. I promise you that. It comes through you through death. It comes through you through happiness. It comes through to you through sadness. It comes through you to hating. It comes through to you for loving. It comes through you in any way emotions exist. That's why we can't get too cocky and forget that we're sick. That's why we have to always know that we're sick. This is not a sickness that goes away. I told you, it just gets silent. It gets silent inside you and just let you believe that it's no longer there and it's no longer existing. But guess what? That voice shall talk. That voice shall talk to you. Trust me, because this is how it works. I know I'm a junkie. You know what I mean? I'm a junkie. I smoked much cocaine. I'm a trick. I'm all of that. All the above. You know, whatever you see in an active addict, now you saw in me. I'm going to stand up for them. I'm going to shout for them. I'm going to pray for them. And I'm going to keep on trying to put this word out, you know, for them to know that there is not, that you cannot stop using. I don't care how long you was using. You know what I mean? Is it a battle? Yes, indeed. Is it pain? Yes, indeed. No pain, no gain. Trust me. But guess what? You got to fight. You got to battle. And it's the biggest, worst fight. Tell them, Jack. I see you, Jack Sloss. Comment. Tell them it's a battle. It's a big battle. And everybody who's on this live needs to comment on this live so that other people who are still using or still suffering, or ones who are clean, you know what I mean, and has done some of the things I said that you shouldn't do, you know what I mean, and keep learning and keep aware, big word, keep aware of your disease. Again, share. People share it for you. You follow what I'm saying? A lot of us share it for you. And guess what? Prayers go up for you every single day, every single night, because they were praying for me too. And these are people that I didn't even know. So share when we on this live. You follow? It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And if it's a problem for you, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't get content. Don't get where you don't need to share or you don't have to share. You know, this is an open platform. This is a live. This is an open platform. And it's people that are still on here suffering. It is have people watching that are still suffering. I know many of them myself. So they need to know that they're not alone. They need to know that this disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Share how this disease affects you. Share where you are with this disease, because it's allowing you to learn how to live in your truths. This is why I call it living in my truths, because I have no problem with sharing anything about my life of drugs and alcohol, or my rewards of just living one day at a time. You know what I mean? That's another thought and taught that we have to help them understand, that this disease is dealt with one day at a time, even when the disease is silent. Even when you don't hear the disease no more, just know that it's always there. Always there. Never going away. I told y'all, it's like another head. You got another head sitting on top of your neck. You know what I mean? That ain't saying nothing, ain't doing nothing, making every move you make. You know what I mean? Every sound you hear. You know what I mean? Everything you eat. You know what I mean? But it's right there. Still your enemy. Disease is a vicious little devil. It's still your enemy, and it's still there waiting for the right moment. Waiting for the right moment to attack, because it will, and it always will. Again, through your sleep, through good times, through bad times, through happy times. It's just there, and it will pop out anytime it wants to, because it's the conscious mind, and the deep part of the conscious mind, that the drugs and alcohol poisoned you, and we abused it. We abused it so bad till it just made us dysfunctional. You know what I mean? Allowed us not even to know who we are, you know, put us on a pause of life, you know, until it kills us slowly, you know, because that's what it do. Is a suicidal type life. You know what I mean? That makes you feel good. Again, even with the functionals, make you feel real good, but it's doing so much damage. It is doing so much damage, you know. And like I said, I don't knock nobody. What works for you may not work for me. Well, trust me, I done been on both ends, through the functional and to the junkie. You know what I mean? And either way, it was doing the same thing to me. It's just that becoming a junkie and an excessive user and abuser will just have you out there doing a little different things than some of the functional addicts do, who still wear masks and don't live in their truths. And this is whoever this is to. You know what I mean? I'm not saying to do it for everybody, but it damn sure do it for most of us. You follow what I'm saying? We trick in our own way. You know what I mean? We rob and steal from our children and our kids in our own way. You know what I mean? And again, I'll say what works for you may not work for the next, you know? So I'm always shooting that out there because it's just how I feel. And again, it starts with the I. You follow? It starts with you and it's going to end with you, you know? And I always share on the I, you know? I'm going to share and I'm going to keep sharing on the I because once you get this as well, you will too. You know what I mean? And the truth will set you free. Believe me when I tell you that. Hey, Gloria, how are you, baby? You know, the truth will set you free. It feels so good, you know, to the point where it doesn't matter what people think, what they say, how they say it. If they knew me before my recovery, oh, that one's a good one. If they knew me before my recovery, you know what I mean? They keep my past for them, their future, because guess what? Anybody who shares me about what I used to do and it comes to me, you only strengthen me. You follow? You strengthen me with my past, you know, because it don't faze me no more because I've surrendered. I surrendered to everything that I've done. You know what I mean? I surrender to everything that I've done. The good, the bad, the shame, the blame, the whole 9 yards. You know? And just to let you know, most of the time when you do that to people who's trying to get clean and trying to stay clean, and you want to throw up all the past at them, some kid may not be strong enough to be able to take it. So guess what, y'all? Y'all flip that shit and flip that shit around and say sticks and stones could break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Not today. Why? Because I've accepted things I cannot change. I've changed the things I can, and I have the wisdom to know the difference. And practically, I can give 2 shits about what you think about me today because I loves me. You follow? And recovery taught me how to love me. And I'm going to keep on loving on me and loving on me and loving on me today. Believe that tomorrow's a mystery, and I'm going to hope that I see it so I can keep on loving on me some more. But yesterday is medication for me today, you know, so whatever I did then, thank you for keeping me reminded, because guess what? It helps me to know who I am. It helps me to know why I can't get high anymore. It helps me to know why and the reason why I couldn't be a good mother at that point, or a good friend, or a good sister. You know, I couldn't even be good to myself. So keep on, just keep on, because guess what? It helps me today. You know, so keep me reminded of who I am, or who I was, or what you think you know about me. You know what I mean? Because today I could sit you down and tell you everything with no problem. No problem whatsoever. And this is where we have to get, y'all. We have to get across these yellow brick roads and go off to see the wizard. You know, we have to learn, we have to know, this is why I have this live, to help you know the still suffering that people gonna talk. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna always talk, and they're gonna always remember the shit you did. You know what I mean? When they're behind masks doing the same damn thing, and they think the way that they do it is not the way that you do it. Ha! Really? It's okay. It's okay. You know, so why you have to stay focused on self? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a damn if you do and damn if you don't. You know what I mean? Some going to be grateful and happy that you're making change in your life, and some going to pretend that they are, and then they're not going to like your change because you learn how to make change in your life. You know, and you've gotten honest with yourself, and they know the liar and the manipulator and the con artist that we became, and they don't trust us no more. Y'all hear me? I know y'all hear me. Is that Michael? Hey, you know, and Darren, yeah, they're gonna always look at that. They're gonna share that with other people. They're gonna talk about it all the time, but that's okay. That's okay, because when you start working on yourself and you surrender and you start getting truthful with yourself, trust me, it's going to bounce off you like water. You follow what I'm saying? And that's the goal that we have to make. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people think. All that matters is you. It's what you say, is what you think, and it's your choice, and it's your decision. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that goes for family members. It goes for your best friends. It goes for the teacher that used to know how you was. You understand? The people in the stores, in the poppy store that know how you was. You know, they automatically see you. Don't never think that you can make change. You know what I mean? And if you can't, somebody's always saying something for you to relapse. But guess what? Relapse is your responsibility too. You know what I mean? No means no by any means necessary. And that's one word, 2 letters, 1 syllable. You follow what I'm saying? It's a word that is so simple, you know, but when you become addicts and alcoholics, sometimes you ain't even got to be an addict or an alcoholic. And no, you still don't understand what no mean. You know what I mean? But for us, no has to mean no. No is our most important word out of any word that we learn here today. That is one of the first words, second words that you've ever heard as a kid, because mommy always say, no, no, baby, don't do this. No, 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 you can't do that. You know, anybody who taught us and kept us on our straight and narrow. No is always the word to save you. And for us as grown women, grown men, grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, whatever, grown-ups, and we can't say no, you know? And those are the type of things that make us feel so bad about ourselves. But when it comes to being an addict or an alcoholic, you know what I mean? That's the reason why you don't understand it in our world, you know, speaking our language. You know, again, I'm going to say that again, too. Some of the things I might say, some of y'all might be like, what? But an addict and an alcoholic that's in recovery, hear every single word I'm saying. It is our language. And this is why I have this live, so you can learn our language, family. You know what I mean? Loved ones, you know. I share raw and I share real because that's the way you need to hear it. You know what I mean? You can't be soft with us. You know, soft will get you like, get the hell out my face. Nobody want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Soft is soft. Hardcore is hardcore because disease is hardcore. You understand what I'm saying? Disease is vicious. Again, it's cunning, it's baffling, and it's powerful. And it works through people, places, and things, you know? So in recovery and in our 12 steps that I haven't yet said too much about yet, but I'm going to get to it in this segment because I want to take it back a little bit so people who just started watching can catch up with where we are. You follow? Because we've been on here for some time now, you know, and a lot of us is throwing some very good feedback, you know what I mean, and coming to a better and greater understanding to the life of an addict and a covering addict and the life of quote unquote junkies, winos, alcoholics. You know what I mean? Again, you know, disease doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter who you are, where you from, how much money you got, whatever, you know. I ain't seen nobody could beat a check. I ain't seen nobody that can whoop his ass, continue to use and whoop ass. It ain't no way, you know, because again, like I said, this vicious disease kills slowly. And this vicious disease convinces you that you are okay and you ain't like the junkie. You ain't like the ones of us that go out in the street and trick and steal and rob, you know what I mean? Even kill, you know, for the drug itself, because that vicious feeling of needing that drug to feed that drug is crazy. And when I say crazy, the feeling is crazy. You can't explain it. I can't explain how it made me feel to come down. All I can tell you, it was nasty. It was awful. It was nuts. You know what I mean? So anything my subconscious mind told me to do, I did it. Bottom line, I'd rather go do whatever it's telling me to do than to try to deal with the come down of cocaine. It was off the chain. You know, and listening to a lot of my brothers and sisters and grateful recovering addicts and addicts and newcomers and how we share how the feeling and the pain was coming down, we all said the same thing. It's vicious. It is vicious. You know, so when you start and you stop and you start and you stop, the pain gets worse. You know what I mean? Your behaviors and your actions and all that gets worse. You know, it don't get better. It takes you into mental behaviors. It takes you into psychic behaviors. You know, it's a terrible thing. If not, today the drugs is just killing people. The drugs is just taking your mentals. You know what I mean? We used to walk around back in the day, y'all know, and we see somebody who gone, and we used to say they got Mickey. Remember that shit? Because there's a word for everything. And in generations, the shit always changes. The name of something, the name of dope, the name of weed, the name of everything. It always changes. You know what I mean? And they all sound like it's such a great thing and a great high and don't fear it. You know what I mean? And, you know, man, that's the bomb. You know, that's better than this. When all of it's bad. Every bit of it is bad. There's nothing good about it. What it is got you and your subconscious mind thinking, that it's okay to do these drugs and it's okay to drink. And long as you're not out there tricking, robbing and stealing and stinking and looking like shit, you know what I mean? Smelling like shit. You know what I mean? That you better than the person that's out there feeling and doing that. You know what I mean? Oh, no. Like I said, it's a slow thing. You know what I mean? It likes to get you right where it wants you, to make you believe in it and make you believe that it's not killing you too. But everybody that use it, I don't care how you use it. It don't matter. It's doing what it do. And it's going to do what it do. You follow? And it's going to make you feel unlike a normal being under the influence of getting high. You can drink wine, you can smoke weed. All of it makes you feel other than yourself. If I'm lying, I'm flying. You know what I mean? Let me see some hearts if y'all hear what I'm saying. And y'all know once I get the rumbling on everything. I get to saying as much as I can say about everything. Hey, Regina, nice to see you on, girl. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Live in your truth. You know what I mean? Accept your truths. Keep on. Another person is sharing can help the other person that don't want to share. If you start sharing and believe it or not, you sharing and sending comments on this live, it's helping me. You know what I mean? It's keeping me serene. It's keeping me cool. It's keeping me clean. It's letting me know that guess what? This thing works if you work it. Is it simple? Is it easy? Hell no. It ain't simple and it ain't easy to get clean. Hell no. Not being a junkie is not. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't do this because of the pain. Because of the pain. Because of that abnormal feeling that you've been using these drugs and using these alcohol for so long, and all this time have now made a normal life and a normal way of living and a normal way of feeling things and seeing things abnormal. You know what I mean? Your brain now feel as though that drugs is normal, but your inner you knows that it's not. You follow? And it makes you fear to become normal again, but you're in there. You're in here. You know what I mean? It's just that you're weak. Because you have no tools or you have no desire to want to get better. So all these things we have to learn how to do. And guess where I learned these things from? The 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous. The 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous. Here we go, the blue book. You hear what I'm saying? As well as the 12 Steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Here it is again. The yellow and blue book. I learned how to listen going here, and I learned how to share going here. And these two books is my life. Yes, it is. I'll find all my answers in them. Because I come to believe in what these books are saying. These books allow me to come to believe in a higher power greater than myself that I choose to call God. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, you can choose any higher power that you choose if you want to. It could be a book. It could be a wall. It could be a shoe. It could be a brick. I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? If it works for you, it works for you. And don't let anybody else tell you any different, because this thing starts with you and it ends with you. And every choice that you make and every decision that you make is yours. Long as it's right, hey, yeah, dear. Long as it's right. And long as it's making you better, you keep on getting better. You eat it up. And you eat it up just like you smoked it up. You eat it up just like you shot it up. You follow what I'm saying? You eat it up just like you drank it up. Because before you know it, when you start releasing your lies, we walk in lies, we full of lies, more filled with lies than we are truth as an active addict. You know what I mean? We tell a lie. We protect the lie. You know what I mean? We keep on lying. Then we believe the lie. Then we become the lie. Lying is just a normal. You know what I mean? Don't mean no harm. But lying for an addict, it becomes normal. You follow? Because you can't tell the truth. Because disease suck you up out of all that truth that you have in you. And even before you became the addict, you didn't even understand what truth is. You know what I mean? Because there's always something that somebody is dealing with, that dealing in a lie. Believe that too. You know what I mean? So if that's what works for you and that's who you are, you know who I'm speaking to. You know what I mean? It is not what works for you may not work for me. And what works for me may not work for you. So again, I say I'm not a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, but I'm damn sure a grateful recovering addict who's proud of everything that I've done to get clean, to understand me. And I am so grateful that I love me. And I love me more than I ever loved myself in my life. You know, even before my addiction, I thought I loved myself, but guess what? Goodness gracious. This love, I tell you, this love that I have for me now is powerful. It is such a beautiful healing. It is such a beautiful truth. You know what I mean? And I don't want to let it go. You know what I mean? And I know the only way that I'll let this go if I use drugs and alcohol again or go back out in that stinking ass society and let it control my life, my decisions, and my choices. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing to love you. And there's nothing wrong with loving you. And I don't care how much you love yourself. You know, when you set yourself free and you know what truth is, because truth is love. Believe me when I tell you that. When you start loving you, I'm telling you, ain't nothing can get in your way. Nothing can get in your way but you. Oh man, that was nice, wasn't it? Nothing can get in your way but you. Even from the deal of this getting clean, starts with you, ends with you. Keep telling yourself that. No means no by any means necessary. Get to learn to love yourself. Believe me, you'll never give it up. You will never give it up. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep fighting and become aware of how disease works, how it talks to you, how it walks with you, how it sings with you, how it eats with you, how it sleeps with you. You know, the whole 9 yards. It'll take everything that you strive for away from you. It is nothing good about relapsing and going back to a different drug of choice. It is nothing good about going back to your old drug of choice. You know, being clean and staying clean is mental. Just like disease is, just like being the addict is, just like being the alcoholic is. And it's all by choice. And you have to have some tools to work with to keep yourself better. You have to learn what disease is in order to battle the disease. You know, like I said, you can go in these rehabs if you go in there with the right state of mind and you want to get better, as you'll see a lot of chaoticness, as you'll see a lot of psych. You know what I see? You'll see a lot of mental health. You know what I mean? This is what it's turned to. You know what I mean? But if you start going to NA, AA, getting sponsors, watching the lives, you know what I mean? As I'm watching now, and I see plenty of them. You know what I mean? It was like, y'all should look. I'll get together with anybody who wants to help people. I will go to it's my journey to help people. You know what I mean? Because I love what I do. I love what I become. I've been a drug and alcohol counselor for years. I'm telling you, every bit of 36 of them. I just retired. Now I'm back at work a couple of days because I love it. You know what I mean? And I love helping people. You know, I'm on this live every Wednesday, nonstop. I don't even think a blizzard can stop me from doing this because guess what? I lived in that storm for a long time. You know what I mean? I walked in the tunnel. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I lived in that storm for a long time. And I didn't know how to get out the other end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? But guess what? I made it. I did it. And it all called being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And opened up and learned how to listen. Because that's something we can't do. I learned how to listen and I began to hear. Once I learned how to listen, I was able to hear. And once I learned how to listen, was able to hear, now I can see. You know what I mean? I can see now. You know, I can hear you now. You know, I listen very well to you as I listen to me, you know. So that's what helped me get on the yellow brick road of recovery. And now I'm off to meet the wizard. You know what I mean? I don't know everything, you know what I mean? But I know enough that I can share with you to help you. I know enough that I can share with this on this live to help the families, to help the children, to help the people who don't understand the monster that sickness make us become. You know what I mean? I know enough that I can help share with you, hoping I can offer you inspiration and offer you the education that I've learned to help you to become better and love you. Because like I said, the love that I have for me today, is unbreakable. It is my choice. It comes before everyone. And don't take this selfishly, but take it selfishly, recovering addicts and alcoholics, because if we don't learn to love us, we have no love for nobody or nothing else. You know what I mean? Because disease is still there. And disease will make you not love. Disease will make you hate. Disease will make you be unbalanced. You know what I mean? So you got to know that this works for you. Whatever it is that works for you, you have to keep it like this. And that means you're thinking with your emotions. Okay, because disease done took us, and drugs and that poison done took us and blew our brains all up. Like I tell y'all, it's in the matrix and shit. All the right things is all over the place. It's a broken puzzle, and we don't even know how to grab the right pieces and put in the right places on our own. Sometimes disease will let us put a few of them there, and then it'll chop us right back down again. And then that piece breaks even smaller, you know, and it won't even fit in the puzzle so that you can get yourself together. You know what I mean? So you have to learn. You have to learn how disease works in order to even do that. Uh-oh, my bad. To even learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all know I'm always doing something wrong. It's either the phone gonna ring or the technical shit will go bad or something that happen. That's disease, man. I call it the devil. Always trying to interrupt in something, especially when I start. Hey, is that Monet? Hey, baby girl. Especially when I start getting it in. Hey, Antoinette. I'm so glad to see you on, girl. Oh, my God. I done did it again. I tell y'all, I don't know nothing about this thing. I don't know nothing on how to do it, but guess what? It's not going to stop Trey from getting off, that's for sure. It ain't going to stop me from doing what I know I can do and who I can help, you know, in this world, you know, with this sickness. You know, I'm not going to let it do that. I'm going to learn this. Hold up. I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to keep on and continue on to share my strength. So see, when disease know you rolling and it know you got the attention of somebody, and you helping somebody and you teaching somebody something, they like it's the devil. Like I said, it's like the devil on one side and the angel on the other side. You know, and you got the battle in between, you in the middle, trying to figure out which one you're going to listen to, which one you're not going to listen to. And disease is battling you the whole time that you're battling it. So don't think it ever stops. It don't. You know what I mean? So I put every little thing like that in the way, you know, for me. It's like, oh man, here's this devil. He don't want, he getting in my way again. Especially when I'm rolling, because you know when I'm rolling, I forget sometimes what I'm saying. And I gotta switch it up to something else. But whatever I switch it to is still gonna help you. Whatever I switch it to is still gonna hear, you're gonna hear what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because everything that I talk about is to help you. Everything that I've learned, I'm going to give it to you anyway. I don't care if I got to break the whole thing down and start all over again. That's just what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because, hey, ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I know everything. And I don't think that you have to recover the way that I recover. But what I do know for a fact is me. What I do know for a fact that I'm living in my truths, and it feels so good. I do know that. There's no shame to my game at all into what anybody know what I was doing. What anybody know when I was out there. Some people don't even know. They hadn't even seen me, but they'll talk about that shit like they did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all good with it. I'm all good with it. Say what you want. You know how? Because sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me, not today. I know how to deal with it. I learned that in recovery. I learned that from the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. And I have accepted the things that I cannot change again and change the things that I can and have the wisdom to know the difference. And guess what? When I followed those steps, my life became great. When I followed those steps and came to believe in those steps, I learned to love me. And I learned to love me where I never felt the love for anything or anybody, you know, and I have to love me back to where I was. I have to love me before I can love anybody else. You know what I mean? Because if I don't have no love, I have no love to give. You follow what I'm saying? If I allow disease to control me anymore, I allow disease to be in charge of what I think or what I want or how I should feel, it ain't going to be none for you. It ain't going to be none for you. It's going to make you forget that you a mom. It's going to make you forget you a dad. It's going to make you forget that you even exist. You know what I mean? But with my 12 steps, with my information and my education taught me how to find me and how to believe in me and accept the things that I cannot change, and it'll work for you too if you are willing to test the test of all of this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see the fires. I'm trying not to sweat so much, y'all, because look, I got my hair back, right? And I got my hair done, and this shit will shrivel up. It will shrivel up in a heartbeat as soon as I start sweating. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I like to keep things on a nice mild thing, because in recovery, once you start, you feel real bad when you're trying to begin, at the beginning, when you surrender. You know what I mean? First step. When you surrender, that there's a higher power greater than yourself that will help restore your sanity. You know what I mean? You're still on that shaky, achy list. You know what I mean? Because you want to help, but you don't know if you're really ready for the help, or you really, want to do this. Is this going to work for me? But like I said, disease is always there like this. And it's going to say to you, nah, it's going to be too much, because you're not going to hear, understand anything that you really need to hear, and you're not going to be able to hear what you want to hear. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by you got to come in with you got to be open. You got to fight this sickness even to be open. This is how powerful it is, So you guys have to listen. Just listen for a minute. Just listen so that you can hear. You know what I mean? Because disease take all our emotions. That's emotion too. Learn how to listen. You know what I mean? So that you can hear. And sometimes it'll make you hear what it wants you to hear, because you're not really listening. That was good. That was a good one right there. I love it when the shit sounds good. You know what I'm saying? But that's how cunning, baffling, and powerful disease is. It'll make you believe that it's allowing you to listen, but then again, you're really not listening. You know what I mean? Because some things you're going to hear, you ain't going to like. Some things you're going to hear, you're not even going to understand. And that's when disease will come in and say, man, shit, I can't do this shit. I don't even feel like going through all of this shit. But it's going to save your life. Trust me. It's going to save your life. And if you want to live, believe me, just sit there and just act like you listening. But don't leave. Don't give up. You know what I mean? Because disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. It is so cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it'll make you not like anything. Because don't forget, it has the control of your emotions. It has the control of basically your thinking. And it has separate the two. And one can't work without the other. So that's called dis-ease. DIS/EASE. And I say this constantly on every segment, because you know why? I have to. You know why? Because some can't hear me. You know why? Because some still don't understand it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue to say it and continue to say it and continue to say it until you listen and hear me, and then you can see what dis-ease means. You know what I mean? And all the information and education that we allow, bring to you and to try to help you, you know what I mean, is going to allow that dis-ease, that little dash in the middle of disease, because that's actually what it is, DIS/EASE. The more you learn, the stronger you become, the more willing you fight. You know what I mean? That little slash is going to eventually just close right up until you learn that disease is no good for you, and that you are willing to stay clean, and you are willing to fight this thing so that thinking and that emotion can get back together and lock up like this. And then this is where disease can't fit. Disease can't get in here, because you know what? You got the storm in check. You're able to go through the tunnel now and see the light. You can walk right through. You know what I mean? And try to help some that's still stuck. You follow what I'm saying? And you can walk out the door or walk down the street, and you won't fall in that hole. You'll learn to walk around that shit. You know what I mean? You'll learn to walk around that shit. So that means you become aware that it's there. You know what I mean? And when you become aware that you have a disease that's cunning, baffling, and powerful, believe me, you're going to become powerful to the disease. And that's what it don't want. You follow? It's crazy. Sound crazy sometimes. You know what I mean? But it is the truth. For me, it's definitely the truth. And I learned to listen. You know what I mean? So that I can hear. And now I see. And that's for me. And everything out of it I didn't hear. A lot of things out of the teachings of addiction and recovery. You know what I mean? I may have needed to hear at a certain time, and I didn't. You know what I mean? But I didn't give up. I kept going to meetings. I got sponsors. You know what I mean? And I stayed in my book. My NA book. You know what I mean? That's just like for some people who go get the Bible. You know what I mean? I can't read the Bible like I can read it in a book. I can't read the Bible, you know, or quote out of the Bible like I can quote out this book. You know what I mean? Because this is what works for me. You know, those 12 steps is powerful. Those 12 steps is cunning for me, and it works for me. And nobody can knock anything that works for me. You know what I mean? I know this. I know that people will, but it's mine. It's how I function. It's how I became into my higher power. Again, in my addiction, and I was doing so bad, I hated God. I didn't even think God existed. He got on my damn nerves. You understand what I'm saying? And my sickness made me believe that. So I had no faith either. You know what I mean? Now I love my higher power more than I love myself. And that's the only one that I can go to and trust. You follow what I'm saying? I trust my higher power before I trust me. You know, I pray today. You follow? I learned how to pray for me. I learned how to have the conscious contact. I learned how to recognize my rewards. I learned how to recognize prayer, you know, even though it don't come to me as soon as I pray. You know what I mean? But that's what I used to think of. I used to think he was supposed to come to me when I pray to him. But guess what? Recovery taught me how to do that too. You know, I was taught how to pray by a great man named Levert Todd. You follow what I'm saying? And Doc Watson. I will never in my entire sane life forget either one of them. You know, because they taught me how to listen, to hear, to see. They taught me everything I needed to get on the track of loving me and giving up the drugs and giving up the alcohol and accepting the things that I couldn't change and changing the things that I didn't know how to, you know, and learn the wisdom of it, you know, by learning that this is what I had to do and needed to do. You know what I mean? So recovery is powerful. You know, living the life of a junkie, you know, was not. You know what I mean? Living the life of a junkie was illusional. It was chaotic. You know what I mean? I was in my mental was just gone. You follow? You know, my psyche was all crazy. You know what I mean? I didn't even know Tracy. Tracy who? Tracy the hell who? You follow what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Now she's back. She's back. She's back stronger than ever. And she's still a junkie. You know, she's still all those things that people saw of her or knew of her or the lack of what I could do or how I can do it. And I love my brothers and sisters that's out there. And I pray for them every single day. And the ones that's undercover too. You know what I mean? That's still using and still doing all the same things that they used to and haven't got it yet to learn how to get themselves better. This is what this live is all about. So we can understand them. So we can try to help them and not hate them or think that they ain't shit or think that they a piece of shit. You know what I mean? No, they're your loved ones. You know, they're your loved ones that's lost. They're your lost loved ones that's dealing with mental health, that's dealing with psych. You know what I mean? That's dealing with the unknown. You know what I mean? That's walking in the dark. You know, don't know how to take care of themselves anymore because they're junkies. You know what I mean? The poison of the drugs got their minds and they also have their emotion. And until they get it back, then they become that brother and sister and mother and father and grandmother and aunt and uncle that you used to know. But be aware. Because when they do, they get stronger, they get better, they get like Optimus Prime or G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you ain't gonna know how to receive us. You know what I mean? Because we have to live by certain standards, just like the Christian, just like the Muslim, just like whatever else in a religion. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn how to live again. And I hope you hear me. If you heard me, send me some hearts. You know what I mean? Because I'm damn starting to feel this shit all over again. You know what I mean? You know, my body get to moving, and I get to moving all around, and that's because really what y'all say the Holy Spirit is in me is killing me right now. You know what I mean? I feel it. You know, I feel every bit of it because it's the truth. It's the truth, and it's going to always be the truth when you set yourself free. You follow what I'm saying? You're going to hear everything I'm saying when you set yourself free. You know what I mean? Stop lying to self. Unmask yourself. You know what I mean? This disease you can't whoop. This disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And it takes its time to get you fucked up like a junkie. You know what I'm saying? So you could think you got this thing going. You know what I mean? You could talk about the people, help the people. You follow what I'm saying? Because we are human beings. We are still human beings lost in an addiction that's cunning, baffling, and powerful. I promise you that. You understand what I'm saying? I tell you. Hey, sis. I see you. My sister Diane. She always on. Yeah, I love her to death. That's my back. That's my girl. You know what I mean? Hey, Sharon, I see you too, girl. I had to come down just a little bit. Y'all know I got to take a breathe and I got to take a breath. You know why? Because this truth is feeling good. You hear what I'm saying? This information and education that I have just rouses my emotions. It really does. It arouses my emotions. And I put everything in it that I possibly had. You know what I mean? I miss a lot of people I used to be around. I miss a lot of people, family, friends, cousins, uncles, you know what I mean? Out there in that crazy ass society, you follow what I'm saying, that had me and drugged me and flipped me all over until I became a damn junkie. Out there trying to please society, out there trying to be all this girl, that girl, and all this shit. Well, guess what? I'm that girl today, and I'm that girl within me. I'm that girl within my higher power. I'm that girl within being a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a great-grandmother. I'm a friend. I'm an aunt. I'm a godmother. I'm a grateful recovering addict, you understand? And I'm a drug and alcohol counselor. And the most important thing about me is I love my peoples, and I'm going to try to help each and every one that I possibly can. That's where I'm at today. That's why I feel so good. That's why I'm a wife. I forgot to even put that in. I'm a wife. You know what I mean? I got a house. I got a car. You know what I'm saying? I can get up every morning and wash. I can go wherever I want to go if I choose to go. You understand what I'm saying? But where I won't go is back to doing drugs. I will not give this life up. I will not give my love up. Not today. I'm not speaking for tomorrow, but I most certainly can tell you that that's what I'm not going to do today. And tomorrow I pray that I don't do it then either. And yesterday I conquered and beat their ass because I didn't do it yesterday either. You understand? Because I know that disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And I know that it works through people, places, and things. And I don't care who they are. And I don't care where they be. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to always try to be where I need to be and not where disease can be affected in me. Oh my gosh, I love that. You hear me? You hear me? Because it's up to me to go where I need to go. It's up to me to surround people around me that I choose to have around me. It's up to me not to go out in the streets. It's up to me not to go in the bars. It's up to me not to smoke weed. It's up to me not to drink liquor. It's up to me not to do dope. You understand what I'm saying? And I got that power in me through the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. You know what I mean? And the people in the NA rooms and the AA rooms that I didn't even know, majority of them, that helped me through this disease crazy battle. You know what I'm saying? All I had to do was learn how to come to believe, and all I had to do was learn how to listen. You understand? So I could hear them, you know, and then I could make that choice and decision to allow myself to see what's going to work for me and what's not. Shit. How about that? Hey, Zakia, how are you? You know, and I get to doing this and I got to come down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because this is a high for me. This is the new drug. Well, the old drug for me. You know what I mean? This is the shit to get me off. You know what I mean? This is the shit to get me high. I be amped. You know what I mean? Lit. But every time I do it, I feel good. I feel great. You understand? And I achieve more. Because like I said, this live is just not for me. It's for you. It's for me too. You follow? So this is like a meeting for me every Wednesday. Every time I get in here, working in the rehab was a meeting for me every day. You know what I mean? Sharing my strengths and hope is a positive, is a blessing. You understand? To share these things and to help the next still suffering, you know, with honor. You know, with the truth. You follow? With love. You follow? You know, and my blessings is right here. You all are part of my blessings. You know what I'm saying? I know one when I see one. I feel one because I know what to look for. You follow? And I know what makes me happy. I know what makes me love. I know it makes me, do and stay on that right yellow brick road, because I definitely want to be off to meet the wizard. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to keep my promise to my higher power, in every way that I possibly can. You know what I mean? And I hope that you guys have heard something. I hope that you're hearing something. I hope that you're going to start sharing something. I hope that you're going to help me to help people who can't help themselves. You follow? I hope you get a family member, a friend, or whomever, to watch these lives with you. You know what I mean? Throw the questions out there. You understand? I may not catch them all at one time, because let me tell you something. My help that was here, that was supposed to put it on that TV over there, that TV saying airplay and with a black screen. And I've been trying to get it on here so I can have the word, your words closer up to me, because I can't see even from a distance with my glasses. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try it some more, but it just don't work. You follow? I can't really see with these on from a distance. These are for me, the readers, to see right in front of me. But y'all know that I am so blessed. Thank you, Denise, because I really feel blessed. You know what I mean? And I try to give and offer my blessings every week. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you coming on here ever since I started. I really do. I appreciate you. Hi, Eric. How are you? I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the newcomers that's coming on this live. I hope that we can make this bigger and better. You know what I mean? I know I'm going to figure out a way. You follow? My daughter was telling me today, I told her, I said, look, I was into the segment last week with my niece. I said, we went over a whole almost 30 minutes, 35 minutes. She said, it ain't no time to the live. I said, don't tell me nothing like that, because, once I go over, it'd be like, oh, I'm all right. Next thing I know, it'd be 9 damn o'clock, as long as I see y'all there. You know what I mean? But I want to keep it on the smooth. I'm going to start having some segments, hopefully, in some spots that I'm going to try to go to. I'm going to try to start going around sharing at different facilities. You know what I mean? Yes, I am back at Keystone, for a couple of days. And when I'm telling you when I'm there, I'm loving it. And the clients be loving me too. You know what I mean? Our groups is just as powerful as this. I mean, I get into a little bit more detail there because I can say we really get it in. We speak our language, you know what I mean? Which occurs a lot of cussing and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, I try to keep it smooth on here, but sometimes it get out of control and I can't, you know what I mean? Depending on what I'm feeling, so I do check myself. You know what I mean? Because that's what I learned how to do, in recovery, so I try to keep it on the smooth. But when I'm cussing, y'all, look, it's just what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? And sometimes, some weeks is better and some weeks is worse. But I'm trying to be aware of it. But I can't not be me, and I can't speak the way that I know how to speak. And this is how I speak. I speak the truth. And the truth comes with our language. I'm cussing. You know what I mean? Because I'm feeling it. But I try to respect everybody that's on the live, you know what I mean? Because this is a live. This is not in one of our groups, where we are allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm going to say the shit word and the damn word. Just know that. That's coming out. I'm working on the F words and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But some of us need to hear that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the norm of words don't help us sometimes until we learn how to hear it. It's like soft shit. See what I'm saying? It's like soft shit. We like the hard shit. We like that real shit. We like the raw shit. You know what I mean? That somehow breaks through our sickness. You know what I mean? And it breaks through disease and allow us to hear. You know what I mean? So that we can listen to certain things until we get it. And, we get to knowing what disease is, and it kind of smooths us out a little bit. But, nothing changed overnight. And when I say nothing changes overnight, this is why we learn to live one day at a time. You know what I mean? So y'all, remember that. My favorite prayer is the serenity prayer. It's right there. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, And even though I learned the wisdom to know the difference, that don't mean that I stop learning. That don't mean that I'm okay now. You know what I mean? I have to always learn the wisdom to know the difference. I have to always feel that serenity. I have to always keep my courage strong. You know what I mean? I have to always know the wisdom to know the difference. So that allows me to know the truth from the lie, the bad from the good. You know what I'm saying? And all of these type of things. Do I want to or do I not want to? You know, should I or should I not? You know what I'm saying? Words are vicious. Believe me, words are vicious and they will entangle you because disease is going to always be working on you to fail. It's never going to work on you to succeed. So you have to keep yourself aware. You have to keep yourself aware and always learn whatever you can learn from this sickness. You know what I mean? In order for you to stay clean, because that is our monster. That is that monster that we used to think is under the bed, in the closet, you know, and all that kind of shit. No, this monster is within. It is in your mind. It is in you. You know, it is the subconscious mind that has been abused, has been flipped to psych shit, that has been dealing in mental health, you know, that has no awareness, you know, that have no sense of feel, has no sense of truth. You know what I mean? Has nothing but all the negative. And now I got that little hussy, I call her Trey Trey, in remission. That's the only place she can go. She will not ever leave me. I call her Trey Trey. You know what I'm saying? She will not ever leave me. She's always there and she always trying to get me some kind of way. You know what I mean? But I'm aware of how she works. You follow? I'm aware of how she works and I'm beating her ass down right now. You know what I mean? And I know I'm winning today. You follow? I know that I'm winning today. You know, so tomorrow I'm just ready for the battle. I wake up, thank God for waking me up. You know, we all should be doing that. You know what I mean? And I just, you know, I'm aware that I ain't letting her in me. She ain't getting out. She locked and keyed for now. You follow what I'm saying? She's locked and keyed. Hey, daughter. Hey, miss. I was talking about you today, too. Me and Treese, you know. But she's locked and keyed, and I won't allow her to come out. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep her locked down, you know, because she enslaved me, and I know she's the one should be enslaved. You know, today. She ain't stronger than me right now. She's just powerful and she's inside me. But right now, I hold the key to the lock. Just by one word, 2 letters, 1 syllable, and that's no. N-O. By any means necessary. You know? So I know it's 8:06. You know what I'm saying? And I hope somebody got something. Let me see the hearts. Y'all know how I feel about those hearts. I hope that this segment was good. You know what I mean? I hope every time we come on here is good. I hope. Hey, boopers. Hey, boopers, love you. I hope that somebody got something. You know what I mean? I know I did. Just hearing myself, I get something. You know what I mean? Just being able. Hey, Michelle. You're welcome. I hope they enjoyed. You know, I know I get something out of everything, you know, that I say because it makes sense and it's the truth. And I know that I have allowed now the truth to set me free. You know what I mean? As I hope that you are, and how I hope that the still suffering and the families, you know, is getting educated on this thing. You know what I mean? And again, y'all, look, if you want to come on here per video, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come and share on accounts, let's do it. You know what I mean? If you know anybody that wants to do it, messenger me right up. You know what I'm saying? I am willing. I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? I am not the only one that can give you information and education. I can only give you mine. I can only offer what I've learned and my recovery to you. And what I've learned how to fight this disease. But what works for me may not work for you. You know what I mean? So we have to keep on giving and keep on sharing. You know what I mean? So people can hear, you know, some of our stories and, you know, some of the wisdom that we have, you know, to help them get better. You know what I mean? Even the ones of you that are just not out there considered being a junkie. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. Not a soul in this world is perfect. And everybody has a closet. You know what I mean? Everybody has basically, I'm not going to say everybody, most of everybody, because I don't know that, if everybody has an addiction. You know what I mean? But if you do, this can help you too. You know, not just the drug and alcoholic. 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous can help anyone. you know, if you just take the time and read it, you know what I mean, and do the steps from 1 to 12, you know what I mean? And if it don't work for you, hey, it don't work for you, but I know it works for a whole lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate all of you being on tonight. You know me, I'm gonna be right here next Wednesday. There's no doubt about that. You know, and hopefully I have someone that's gonna share with us next week. You know, and I hope some of you will come on and share. You know what I mean? I mean, I know a lot of you, and I know a lot of you in recovery. Hey, share your shit. You know, help people. You know, it's nothing wrong with people knowing who you are, you know, and what you've done in your sick life. You were sick, you know. It's an illness. It's a disease. You know, it ain't no desire to become a junkie. It ain't no desire to become a freaking alcoholic. It was fun. You know what I mean? We went into it having fun. We just got stuck in a tunnel, like I said, and couldn't get out. And now that we're out, we need to be sharing this vicious shit. We need to be letting everybody who can't get out, that's still stuck in that same tunnel you and I were stuck in. Let's help people. Let's help people. It didn't cost us nothing to get clean. It's free. You know what I mean? It's free. And it sets you free. And that's the most important about the free. It sets you free. So again, I love all of y'all. Thank you. You know, I wish I could send you hearts, you know, as we going on. If I had my other phone on, I would be able to do that. And I still don't know how to get to it. You know what I mean? So it should say Tracy is live, but I don't see it. I don't know how they do this thing. You know, I wish I can so I can send you hearts, but you got it from here, and you got it from here. You know, love y'all. I'll see you guys next week. Show me some hearts before I click off. Hey, Sharice. At least I see you, huh? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you so much.